Meet Alysen Rieth and Kylee Messmer. Although they have not met each other before, these two softball players from Arizona share many things in common, one of them being their love for the game of softball.
As a kid, I was really a rambunctious kid, and I didn't enjoy anything, so they kind of just threw me into softball, and I've always loved it since.
For Kylee, she signed up to play softball to stay in touch with a close friend, but a fractured wrist sidelined her for the entire season.
And my friend was so mad at me because she had to go play without me. I think just studying the game that whole season before and watching her play, I was super interested and excited to get ready to play.
Another thing these two have in common is that they both have lost their fathers this past decade. For Alysen, Ed Rieth died in the summer of 2017 while attending his daughter's softball tournament in Colorado.
Ended up finding out he had a massive blood clot, and he had a complication from the blood clot. They had to send him over to Greeley. And it was the hardest thing in the world to take my two daughters and say, you have to say goodbye to your dad.
He was my best friend, and I spent every moment with him, especially when it came to softball. We did everything together. And so I think he was kind of he was always that person that I could be with and go to if I needed anything.
For Kylee, David Messmer died in December 2015 after a long battle with stage 4 glioblastoma brain cancer.
We each got to take turns spending time with him, lay down with him and talk to him and went through all kinds of memories, and it was hard emotionally for sure, just knowing what else do I want to say to him, because this is about my last chance.
He was a phenomenal truck driver. He would win contests, and the man really, really took pride in his abilities to maneuver a big vehicle and prove it in competitions. And
through the game of softball and their dads, it's apparent that being on the field brings the family together.
You almost have to cherish every moment, because it's not just I love the game, but it's almost that's that connection I still have with my dad. So I think life's changed where it's anything can happen at any moment, so you have to be in the moment all the time.
I know that there are days that he's there. He's there. And her first high school home run at her home field, the first thing she did is point it up.
She's a hard worker, obviously dedicated to it. She's traveling 3.5 hours to come to practices, and she'll play somewhere, and she'll be awesome somewhere.
He played softball as well. He played slow pitch, and so I'd go to his games and watch him, and we just loved being together, and anything that we could do to be together, and softball happened to be a big part of that.
he put in the work, and he's very detailed. Kylee, when she bought into pitching, I could see the same drive. Very, very similar, very genetic as far as I'm concerned, and very much a descendant of David.
Reporting for Cronkite Sports, I'm Gareth Kwok.